My Orchid Adventures, questions and answered. This is my secrets exposed within my dog kennel. You guys are locked in my dog kennel with me. Well, did I say dog kennel? I meant my orchid kennel, because as you can see, no dogs up in here, only cats. That's right. So I want to see who's going to join me today. And again, this is going to be a question and answer. I'm going to be updating you on some of the things that are going on here in my orchid world. So definitely check me out, check me out, check me out. If anyone's on here with me, hey there, Mary Reba. I see you, definitely see you, girl. How's it going and where are you writing me from? Oh, Kevin Lopez, hey, good to see you again. Hopefully connection is better this time. And Kevin Lopez says, let's see if I could get those comments back up. Okay, it says, good afternoon, beautiful. It's great to see you. Awesome seeing you. It's actually nearing to the end of the day here, Sunday, so you guys are closing off my Sunday with me. Also, I see Nicholas Inslee. Hey, how are you? I'm fabulous, because I'm seeing a lot of you guys joining me. So definitely happy that you can be here with me, Nicholas. Also, okay, so Mary Reba says, sweet. Kevin Lopez says, the connection is so good. But it's good. Wait, the connection is so-so. Oh, but it's good. Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. Well, it's all good in the orchid neighborhood. I'm going to keep going, keep continuing, hoping to, of course, connect with my orchid peeps and my beloved friends, my orchid buddies that are out there. Mike Vineps says, afternoon. Good afternoon to you too as well. Thank you so much for joining me here in my orchid kennel. You guys are locked in my orchid kennel here with me. Marco Paganelli says, heart back to you, Marco. Thank you so much for joining me. Mary Reba, thank you for all of the information. Why, thank you for joining me and giving me inspiration. And you guys teach me so much as well. Trust me, you do, and give me so many good ideas. So I definitely appreciate, rewind. I definitely appreciate each and every one of you guys. And Kevin says, woohoo, good girl, love it. Definitely love you, Kevin. And Marco Paganelli says, it was a big surprise to find you live. Indeed, Marco, I have been trying to go live for like the past 3 days and my connection just hasn't been good at all. So I'm glad, very happy, very appreciative, and very blessed to be with you guys here today. And Todd's Tropical, my beloved Todd's Tropical, my best orchid buddy, one of them anyways, that are always here with me. I definitely appreciate you and definitely even appreciate the goodie that you gave me. I told you, hold on one second, I definitely got to show you because I was so excited about this one. This is the Oncidium that you gave me, Todd, in a shell. And as I was looking through here, I gotta show you because I am so whoopie-doopie-doo excited about this. Hope you guys can see this. Can you see that? Can you see that spike right there? Indeed, this is the very first spike that I'm getting from this, and I forgot what it is. I think you said it starts with an S, and this is a humunga dunga wunga big spike that's going to be coming up on this, so definitely, well, I'm not going to injure it. Yeah, let me go ahead and try to hang it right back up. Okay, there you go. So I'm definitely excited about that. Thank you so much, Todd. That is one of my favorite presents that I've gotten. Okay, so let me get back to the comments. Okay. And Todd's Tropical says, well, hey, a little pixelated, but you're booming. Well, good. Thank you. I'm hoping that it's clearing up, or it will clear up eventually. Sometimes it takes a little while to get the engines going here. So hopefully soon everything will be good and you guys will be able to see me. I wish I could see you. You guys know I don't know how to yet go live and actually speak with you individually and have you on cam as well. But as soon as I figure it out, I will definitely have a feature on you guys as well where I can speak to you face to face. I definitely would love that. And Eccentric Nature, hey there, buddy. That's my fellow comedian and very entertaining plant and nature lover. Definitely love watching your channel. If you guys don't know of him, make sure to check him out. He's also an orchid lover as well, as he does have some orchids. So again, that's Eccentric Nature. So definitely check him out. If you love laughter, if you love plants, he is a place to go to and be entertained. And he'll tell you all about them, even the history of some of these amazing plants. So thank you so much, Eccentric. I definitely love having you here with me. And he says, fun to catch you live. Love your personality, and indeed I love you as well. Definitely, again, upbeat personality and very entertaining. And Marco Paganelli says, a spike, indeed a spike. And you guys know how crazy we get when we see spikes. So indeed, I'm like over the moon excited and kind of loony toony whenever I see spikes. So I'm happy about that particular spike. It seems a Sherry Baby. Actually, it's not. I think it's a species orchid. Todd, chime in here and please let me know what it is, because I definitely forgot what it is. Mary Reba says, how are your Catasetum orchids doing? They are actually doing fine, and they're beginning to wake up. Of course, you guys know I did do a Catasetum propagation, several of them, as a matter of fact. Majority of them did do well, except for one particular one. You guys remember I did that Catasetum propagation where it was an extreme one, and I cut up several segments. Well, I didn't do it quite right. It was my very first time, but I do want to let you know that I did get contacted by an individual that tried it out themselves, but they tried it out a little bit different. They didn't use the moisture method in which I was trying to do, and I think they did it where they left it a little bit dry, and he actually stated all of the segments that he cut into pieces actually took. So indeed, it is possible, even though I failed in my mission and a lot of neglect went along with that as well. I just wasn't really just really wasn't on the money when it came to being attentive to them. So, but indeed, again, a particular person did it and it worked fine for them. So definitely, if that's something you want to give a shot, you can do that. But I will have to tell you, it is very difficult. Again, you're going to have to highly monitor them, like on a daily basis, and check on them. And it's just a lot of work to try to get it to take. So that's one of the least favorite methods that I would select for the Catasetums. I know that was long-winded, right? Just to let you know if they're doing fine. But indeed, my Catasetums are doing quite swell, and hopefully we'll get some blooms from them as well this year. And let me go back to the comments. Be patient with me. You guys know I ride the slow bus on occasions, and when it comes to reading all of the messages, I'm kind of on that slow bus. Let me see. So. Oh, there it goes. Okay, so Todd's Tropical said it's an Oncidium sphacillatum. So it's an Oncidium sphacillatum. Okay, so that's what it is. Very big spike on this one. Tons of bloom. So I'm very, very excited. So Todd's Tropical says, Eric is a hoot. Howdy, Eric. Eric, you are a hoot. And howdy do you too from My Orchid Adventures. And Mike Venep says, Florida is a great state to grow orchids in. It is a fabulous state to grow orchids in because we have that very warm climate, and of course high humidity, high moisture. The only thing that I would say that is a downfall here in Florida, especially if you're growing your orchids outdoors, is the fact because we are so lush and so many plants grow here, we do also encounter a lot of insect infestations. And because Florida has such lush plantations or plants growing, we also receive a lot of rain. So during our rainy season, it gets quite chaotic here. And of course, you guys know we are the hurricane state as well. So definitely that's trying times for us here in Florida. But again, as I always say, if there's a will, there's a way. And if you're an orchid lover, a true orchid lover, you definitely will find that way. But yes, I have to agree, Florida is fabulous for orchids, not only for the fact of our weather conditions, but also for the fact that orchids are just so widely available to us, and just a wide variety of them here in Florida as well. So we are definitely blessed to be here in Florida and have all of the varieties of orchids that are so just available to us on a daily basis. Batara. Yeah, Florida, Sunshine State. Absolutely the best if you ask me. Okay, so here we go. Here we go. Okay, Todd's Tropical says I did, so I guess he's replying that he did put down exactly what it is. Thank you so much, Todd. Marco Paganelli says that's what all we want, spikes and big fragrance. Indeed, big, bold fragrance. I love them so much because not only do you get a visual treat, but you get a sensational, sensual, fragrant treat on top of that as well. And Mary Reba says, yep, love your YouTube videos. Thank you so much, Reba. I definitely appreciate that. And I want to ask you guys, I don't want to go on a big long tangent here, but I've been asking everyone that I meet, because I definitely want to know your opinions. You got to understand, as a YouTuber, there's so many variations to what we can put out, and a lot of times we like to put out what we feel is intimate within our hearts, or what we love and what we are passionate about. But as YouTubers as well, wanting to invite viewers, wanting to have good communications and relations with our friends and our buddies that view our channel, I think one of the things that we lack in as far as communication is asking you guys, what do you guys want to see? I mean, what really rocks your boat in the aspect of really being helpful to you, really inspiring you, and really making you guys better growers, or as much as we can to help you and aid you on your journey. I do a lot of different videos, and I try to give you guys variations. Of course, things that I love and I am very passionate about as well. But I also like to share with you little tips and secrets and things of that nature that I've learned along the way. And, you know, I always love to add a little humor, add a little comedy where I can, because I think for me, at least that's how it goes for me in my book, the fastest way that I learn is when I'm captivated and I have you know, the teacher or the person that's giving a presentation has my full attention. And I know when I'm falling asleep to a sermon or a lesson being taught, I don't get the lesson. I don't learn as well as I would if it was upbeat and very entertaining. So that's what I try to provide. It gets a little bit confusing because I try to provide information, but I don't try to, or I try to give you entertainment, but I don't want to lose you in the aspect that I'm, how do I explain this? I don't want to give so much entertainment where I lose the credibility of what I'm trying to teach you. And I'm hoping I'm not cutting off. Am I cutting off right now? Because I keep seeing my screen kind of freeze up a little bit. So anyways, as I was saying, there's like that fine line. It's very hard to determine and gauge exactly how much entertainment or how much seriousness should be in the video. And I've tried to gauge it. As you guys see, some of my videos are more serious. I really keep it calm and collective. Yet there's other videos where I like to have fun and I like to wear my heart on my sleeve. Basically, what you see is what you get. But I want to know from you guys, what do you like to see? How do you like my videos presented? Because again, you know, one of the reasons I'm here is because of you guys. And of course, one of my missions is so that we can learn and grow together. And I just want to be able to do that in the best way that I can. So I really want to get your sincere and honest opinion on that as well. Let me go back to the comment again. I didn't want to go onto a huge tangent, but I did. So I do apologize for that. But definitely give me your feedback on that as well. And again, I've talked to several people. You know, a lot of people love the entertaining qualities that I have. You know, and a lot of people like that I keep it upbeat and have a positive message. So I like that, that you guys don't mind. I have in the past gotten some critique and some pretty harsh criticism as well in regards to the fact that I do like to entertain. And some people actually said that I lose my credibility because I make it so entertaining, and that's where I don't want to get to, where you guys don't take me seriously and my message is getting lost. So I definitely don't want to do that. Okay, so let me go back to the comments. Again, give me your feedback. This is what it's all about. You guys say you learn from me, but I definitely learn from you guys. Know that. Okay, so Okay, so Mary Reba says nice. Mary Reba says give them love indeed. And Marco says, Maria, is your orchid tree already starting new branches after the cut? As a matter of fact, they are little tiny branches, so it's always good to see that. And I want to tell you guys, oh my gosh, I talked to my neighbor. We got into a discussion about that, and he had told me that I was so very lucky that my tree did not get cut down like the rest of my neighborhood. Because as I was looking down the street as well, I mean, they didn't, like what they did with mine is they cut it at an angle, and then they left that. But down the street, if you look down my whole entire street where all the trees have been cut, they didn't do that cut. They did they cut all the way straight through their tree. And what he was telling me is that I was so very fortunate because more than half of my tree, not that slight haircut that they gave, that little step haircut, but they would have definitely cut half of my, well, more than half of my tree. And he said, you know, there would have been a probability that my entire tree would have died. So yeah, I was very fortunate, and I still say the reason why I was very fortunate is because I put them on blast with having them on my YouTube. If you guys didn't see that video, definitely check it out. And excuse the noise. You guys know I'm a little bit nearer to the road, so you're gonna hear some traffic sounds. I do apologize for that, but hey, I'm out in nature. I'm live and in action outdoors, and you guys know how that is. I mean, whatever goes, we just keep it rolling. But yeah, because I put them on blast and I had them on camera, and definitely even told them that I would be putting them on my YouTube channel. So that is really the reason why my orchid tree was spared. I'm telling you. And that's why I was so fearful, because oh my gosh, I just wouldn't know what to do if they cut more than half of my tree, and I definitely would not know what to do if my tree died. You guys don't know. This tree is just so sentimental to me. I can't even speak enough about it. But anyways, I'm not going to speak any more about it. I'm going to move on. But yeah, so there are branches growing there, so definitely happy about that. So Nicholas Inslee says, what is the secret to getting multiple flower spikes per spike on Cattleyas? I got a Cattleya at the Philadelphia Flower Show, and the display had 5 flowers. Mine just bloomed and only has 1 flower per spike. Well, the secret to that is there is no secret. Sometimes orchids simply do what they want to do. I'm telling you. But I have to say, you know, proper lighting, making sure that they're getting the adequate waterings that they need, and definitely that fertilizing is so important as well. And also light, definitely light. I have a lot of orchids, if they don't get the adequate enough lighting, they will not absolutely bloom for you. But I would say if you're trying to get more blooms and you know they have the potential of getting more blooms, I would try to give them as much fertilizer as possible, just as long as it's within safe range, because you guys know that with the blooms, it really requires a whole lot of energy, and the more energy that you can give the Cattleya or the orchid in general is going to give it the highest potential of creating more blooms. At least that's what I think. And if you guys know of a secret, please chime in. Again, it's all a learning adventure for all of us, and the more that we know, the more that we grow, and you definitely can answer questions that other people have on here as well, so definitely chime in. But that's what I would say. Okay, so Nina Bassi from Spain. Hey there, Nina. Thank you so much for joining me here at My Orchid Adventures. Definitely happy that you are here with me. And Marco says, woo, that becomes huge. Yes, indeed. This is one of the fastest trees, and it's a Tebebuie tree. I hope I pronounced that correctly. I call it my orchid tree, but it is one of the fastest growing trees out there. Within like 2 or 3 years, they can bloom for you. And I mean, once they begin blooming, it's just such a spectacular display. So yeah, they are very fast growers. And Eccentric Nature said, spikes, glorious spikes, love every last inch of them. Yes, indeed, we all do. I think that is the major highlight of having orchids, is seeing those spikes grow, and then of course producing those buds, and then watching them gloriously bloom. And Todd's Tropical says, okay, spatulatum. Okay, so spatulatum, is that how it's pronounced? Spatulatum. So I think that's how it's pronounced, folks. Spatulatum, that's the Oncidium that I have. And Mary Reba, am I moving the camera around? I am so sorry. I should have a tripod for this, right? Okay, so Mary Reba says, I wish I lived there. I have to run LED lights in the winter. I know. I see all of you guys with the LED lights, and I'm like, wow, you know, to know that we don't need them at all, even in the winter season. You know, we are very fortunate. But hey, you know, Mary, if there's a will, there's a way, and we just got to do what we got to do. You know, I face a lot of things that you guys don't face growing your orchids indoors. You know what I mean? I don't really harbor on it too much, but I mean, there's a whole lot of things that outdoor growers have to face as well. It's just something that we have to do, and whatever gets the job done gets the job done. That's our whole mission anyways, right? Mike Vinep says, I know mine are outside year-round in Florida. Yes, a lot of us in Florida are capable of doing that. I live more in the central Florida area, but I know people in Miami, you guys are very, very blessed as well, because a lot of times you guys don't even get any type of frost. We encounter frost, just a little bit of it, but we do, and it's probably about a week long. I mean, not back to back a week, I mean sporadically, but you know, we dip down to the lower temperatures too as well. So we have to do what we can to protect them. And as you guys see, I do have my orchid kettle. Yay! Because now they are so much more protected from the rain, from the winds, and also the cold temperatures here. So yeah, we just got to do what we got to do. Spatulatum. Oh, come on, guys. Whatever it is, I love it. Okay, so Florida, our state bird, the mosquito. You ain't lied about that, because they can get pretty huge and pretty massive. As a matter of fact, I'm starting to plant some citronella and also lemongrass and whatnot around my garden in hopes that it can deter a lot of this mosquito, because I actually come out here at night as well and try to enjoy my garden with my flashlight phone. But yeah, I get torn up. They chase me right inside the house too. So yeah, I'm trying to find a way to keep these mosquitoes out so I can enjoy my garden even in the nighttime. Eccentric Nature says, I thought that was the state bird of Alaska. No, it's here too. And Nicholas Inslee says, I would love to see a video on outdoor orchid gardening with non-orchid plants that can grow with them. That is such an awesome idea, Nicholas. I am totally there with you, eye to eye, and totally heart to heart as well. Wait a minute, is that my heart? Okay, sorry about that. Heart to heart as well. You know what? This is another question I have to ask you too as well. I've been contemplating this for quite a long time. And although orchids are my first and very love, and I would never step out on my orchids, okay? But I do have other plants that grow quite well with my orchids. And, you know, I kind of feel bad because my other plants never get the spotlight at all, hardly, barely, unless they just happen to get caught on camera. But I love these plants too, you know, and I'm thinking, because I have such a love for plants, and I actually was growing plants even before I was growing orchids, I want to see if I can somehow just put it together, you know, combine an orchid and plant channel together and call it my Orchid and Garden Adventures, because I am a gardening at heart, and I want to start focusing other plants as well. And I don't want to lose you guys, but you know, I hope you guys will understand that I think, you know, as an orchid grower, a lot of us have accent plants or plants that accentuate their orchid buddies, you know, and they grow in harmony. So I would love to also bring in my other plants as well. So, you know, you guys might have to look forward to seeing that. I think that's what I'm going to do, but I wanted to know from you guys if you guys would mind me doing that. But I definitely am going to start focusing on some plants as well. I have to tell you, the plants that I do have, I love easy growing plants, guys. And one of the things that I believe in is once I get a plant one time, that's all I ever should have to get ever again. Because I want those plants that are very easy to propagate. I want those plants that grow a lot of pups and babies and have babies on the leaves that they'll just, you know, root themselves year after year and they'll multiply. So yeah, I have a lot of plants that do that. And I love plants that'll bush up and just really make your garden area very lush and very appealing. So those are a lot of the plants that I have here. But anyways, I don't know where I was going with that, but yeah, that's something that I'm going to plan on doing, and I will be doing a video focusing on some other plants that really bring life or bring even a better presentation to my orchids as well. Okay, so Mary Reba says, I would like to know about the problems with orchids like rot on Cattleya roots, semi-hydro, and orchidea bark culture. Okay, so semi-hydro, I'm not going to be able to help you guys a lot with that. That is not my favorite method of growing. In regards to, I haven't had any problems really with the way that I've been growing my orchids. So therefore, it seems a little bit, I don't know what the word for it is, but I'll just say a little bit unnecessary for me. Let's just put it that way. So semi-hydro is something that I haven't really dabbled in, but I may one day. I mean, you can never say never, right, guys? I mean, I'm doing things that I thought I'd never be doing, and you know, hey, that's life. Sometimes it takes us on adventures and through courses that we thought we'd never go to. So, but yeah, as of right now, I'm sorry, I wouldn't be able to provide you enough information on that. I know very basic, but I can tell you there are so many people that have videos on it on YouTube. You can Google it, but definitely that information is everywhere. So if you want to know about it, you can definitely find out about it. Let me see. Orchidea bark culture. I'm not really sure what you mean by that. If you're just talking about growing orchids in bark, it's just a easy process, especially with your orchids that like your orchids that are epiphytic and like growing on trees. Definitely it's a great alternative than mounting on wood logs or mounting on trees is the bark method. It really helps people out that are growing their orchids indoors. Also, you said you wanted to know about root rot with Cattleyas. Yeah. Okay, so Cattleyas are very prone to root rot, and I had to learn in the worst way. When I started my adventures, I grew my orchids outdoors, as you guys know, and I had many of the orchids in, well, these terracotta pots right here. Let me see. Let me turn the camera around and show you. Oh shoot, a whole lot of comments. I'm trying to get to each and every one of you guys. Okay, so let's turn the camera around. Okay, so I don't have, oh here. Okay, so this isn't a Cattleya, but you know those regular plastic pots that you get from the store, and I had them in bark and also sphagnum. But again, I said here in Florida we have so much rain that comes during our rainy season that our orchids are so prone to getting that black rot, and once they get that black rot, I haven't been able to save one single orchid yet once they've gotten that black rot. So it is something that is very contagious. It is something that really is known to take your orchids out. So because I was so in fear of my Cattleyas dying from root rot, and I have to tell you, I lost a good 30 of them, okay, back to back. I mean, they were just dying out during the rainy season. So what I ended up doing, hey, look at that. This is my last project that I did where I'm rescuing my Maxillaria, one of my favorite ones, as a matter of fact, in this bird cage. But anyways, I'm sorry about that. You guys know I get to going, and I have adult ADHD, okay, or orchid ADHD. When I see one orchid and see another orchid, I lose my mind and I lose my focus. So I do have orchid ADHD. Sorry about that. But anyways, because of my fear of this rotting with the roots, especially with my Cattleyas, what I ended up doing, and thank you to John Benedict in Miami, I definitely love his channel because that is how he grows his orchids, is bare rooted. That is exactly what I've done. If I do have any pots such as this, you can look in and there is no media in there. It's bare rooted. So definitely, and I have different ways that I am growing my Cattleyas, and I wasn't supposed to show you guys this. This is a big secret. Didn't I tell you this is Secrets Exposed, and you guys are locked here in my orchid kennel, so you are indeed privy to some secrets that I will be showing in the future, but I haven't showed yet. So here is a Cattleya right here, and this is bare rooted as well, believe it or not. If I could take this out. This right here, my friend, is a brand new project that I am doing, and is an experiment that I have to tell you is doing very well, by the way. This is a mounting project, but if you look very closely, you are seeing that this is a mount that you guys have never seen before, because I'm the first one that made it, or at least I think so. Anyway, so this is my cat post mount. Oh my gosh, can you believe it? My cat post mount. How funny is that? But indeed, this does look like a cat post, and it is my Cattleya right on there. So that is my cat post mount. So this is also bare rooted, and again, I haven't showed you this because this is one of those it's in my experimental phase, and I definitely want to see how well it works before I show you exactly or talk to you guys all about this mount right here that I'm so very proud of, by the way. It's been working fabulous, and I'm so happy that I tried this out. Anyways, but if you look, a lot of my Cattleyas, or I think I have all of them out of media now, even, you know, different ways that I'm growing my Cattleyas. I have my pizza mounts right there too as well. So Cattleyas are bare rooted for me, and they've been just growing and working wonders for me. And as a matter of fact, here's another secret exposed, because I haven't talked to you guys in a while about my pizza mounts, and I hope you guys can see this. So my pizza mounts have been working very, very well. And I want to show you, look at that, look at those roots. Hold on one second. I don't know if I could. Okay, can you guys see that? Look at all those roots growing on my pizza mount. And they do like the material that's being used. And again, I have to tell you guys, we are in the spring, just coming into the spring. And here in Florida, if you keep your orchids outdoors, you guys got to know during the winter season, the roots die back because of the cold. But during the spring, they start growing, but it is quite a slower process. But right here is just a great sign that, wow, they are really coming back to life. And I'm just so amazed at a lot of my orchids that are doing this, how well the roots are growing. Anyway, so wanted to show you that my pizza mounts are definitely doing very, very well. And I have to show you guys exactly how I make those. And I have to show you the drawback to this, because even though this is fabulous for orchids, there is a drawback to it. I'm still going to continue making them because I have a lot of orchids that would benefit from it. So definitely, but yeah, I'll be doing a video here soon showing you exactly my pizza mounts as well. But again, these are Cattleyas, also bare rooted on this material right here. All of my Cattleyas, folks, are either mounted, bare rooted in pots, and that's how I do it now. Hey, this is the actual mount that I found at the beach, and it's working quite superb as well. But yeah, so those are the things that I've had to do, is really be creative with how I display my Cattleyas, but still keeping them bare rooted. And I have to tell you, since I've done that, I have not experienced root rot. So I'm very happy and very thrilled. One of the worst killers to Cattleyas is that black rot. I'm telling you, so horrific. So if there's a way, and I know it's difficult indoors, to have them bare rooted as I have, it's very easy for me because I just hose them down. But inside, if you have to keep them in pots, I would just recommend do not over water them. You're doing them just such you know, you're not giving them what they need when you're over watering them, and you're actually working against them. And you'd be surprised at how much Cattleyas can tolerate being dry. You know, in trees it doesn't always rain and whatnot, and they are just very, or in trees it doesn't always rain. When they're out in nature, you know, they're susceptible to whatever nature gives them, and they still survive. They still do very well. So they are one of the orchids that really can tolerate a whole lot as well. So, you know, you're doing them an injustice if you're overwatering them. Okay, sorry about that. Sorry. I know, I went like on a totally long tangent. Okay, so I'm gonna try to go down the list here. I'm sorry if I missed your comments. I really was trying to, hold on. And forgive me, guys. My yard is in total disarray because I've been, okay, there we go. Total disarray because I've been on a transformation mission. I have to tell you guys that I've come across this wild and zany and crazy idea that I want to totally transform my garden the best way that I can, at least. And I want to bring a theme into my garden. I know my garden's really like a jungle theme because I have my orchids here, there, and everywhere. My plants are so lush and growing in trees, and you're seeing a lot of the roots coming down, and it does look like quite a jungle in some locations of my garden. But I want to have just such a whimsical, happy feeling. I want to come into my garden and see bright colors. And, you know, one of my favorite places is the beach, but I don't get to oftentimes go to the beach as much as I would like. So I figured, I said, well, hey, if I can't come to the beach, well, can't I bring the beach to me, right? Can't I have a tropical orchid paradise beach theme going on in my garden? And I think that's what I'm gonna do. But I'm really gonna try to get creative with it, and I'm really gonna try to tap into my artsy side. Speaking of which, again, let me go show you. I've done some simple projects here. Hold on one second. Let me not accidentally get out of here. But here, let's see. Okay, so these are some of my simpler projects that I'm doing. Can you guys see that? But that's kind of the theme that I want to go with. Really bright, bold, even obnoxious colors, as some would say. And just really bring that out in my garden. What do you guys think, folks? I want to have signs that say, My Orchid Adventure Beach. How's that? I wouldn't put beach here, but I'll have a lot of seashells and things of that nature. I just really want to do that and have some creative containers and things of that nature in my garden as well. Okay, so let's go back into my orchid kennel here. Okay, I promise I'm getting back to the comments. Okay, so I'd like to know. Okay, so Nicholas Ensley says, no, you're fine, thank you. Mike Vanep says no. And I know I've gone on and on and on. I don't know what you're knowing about now, but okay. And Todd's Tropical says, you're good here. Okay, awesome, thank you. Mary Reba says, I think I water too much sometimes. You know what, I'm very heavy-handed in watering, and I just had to realize that I'm doing more harm than good with my orchids, especially when I seen them dying out like they were. So definitely, don't feel bad. As a matter of fact, pat yourself on the back when you can do that, when you can hold off on that watering, because that is one of the worst things that you can do to your orchid, is overwatering them. Mary Reba says, I like to see answers to problems with orchids. Okay. And I do have a lot of videos that I share with you, secrets that have worked for me, or things that I learned along the way. So definitely, thank you for that. I'll continue doing that. So Todd says your videos are great. Thank you so much, Todd. Sometimes it gets confusing as YouTubers, just trying to please everyone, and that's one of the things that I had to realize, is that you can't please everyone. And the ones that really appreciate you and love you for who you are, and can really appreciate the hard work and effort that you put into the videos, those are the ones that you really have to focus on. And that's who I'm focusing on now, is you guys. Even you guys that are here with me today, I mean, just you being here with me shows me, you know, how in tune you are with me and my videos and my passion and my love for orchids. So I do appreciate you even being here with me today. Thank you guys so much. Mwah, 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 each and every one of you. Okay, so Marco says, I always loved your personality and artistic skills. Thank you, Marco. That means so much to me. Nicholas says, I love the positivity. It always makes my morning brighter by watching your videos before class. Thank you so much, Nicholas. Thank you. You know, that's why I do it. That's really why I do it. I do have a undertone to me that I don't really talk about a lot, and I want to get into it more too. I have a very inspirational side of me that loves to inspire people, that loves to motivate people, especially when I share things that I've learned in the past that have worked for me. You know, simple things, you know, things that we don't even know that are self-sabotaging, that we hold on to every day of our lives, even bad habits that can be self-sabotaging to our self-esteem. You guys wouldn't believe exactly how much that can affect your daily life. One of the things that I do want to share with you is the power of the words that we choose. They say life and death can be dictated by the words that we use, and I absolutely believe that is true. And even in some of the gestures or some of the common things that we say that we don't know are actually subconsciously embedding themselves within us. So, you know, you just have to be cautious of what you're saying about others and also about yourself, because that weighs a whole lot. And forgive me, folks, again, I'm on a tangent. I'm just rocking and rolling here, but I do have an inspirational side to me. So again, when I feel I can share that, and you know, my undertone is not just the love and passion for orchids, but it's actually the love and the passion that we have for life in general. And that's one of the reasons why we've encountered or happened to discover the miraculous effects that orchids have, is the fact that we want to better our lives, that we want to add more happiness and beauty and peace and calm into our worlds. And that is exactly what orchids and also plants have done for us. So indeed, I commend and applaud you guys for being capable of tapping into that. It's very important to surround yourself with the beautiful things that make you happy. I mean, our world is already polluted and surrounded with some pretty grievous and detrimental and bleak and gloomy things in our lives. If we can bring in that sunshine, that ray of light that can make us escape from even the day-to-day problems that we face, I mean, you would not believe how much that helps us along the way. So I'm happy that you guys have also tapped into that. Now I've totally lost myself, guys. Sorry. Okay, so stay focused. All of this orchid ADHD right here is totally taken over. Okay, so thank you, Marco. I really do appreciate that. And Nicholas says, okay, no, Nicholas, I'm sorry. Sorry about that, Nicholas. I was talking to you. So I do appreciate that, and I appreciate that you can see that I tried to stay as positive as possible in everything that I do. So I do appreciate that. And thank you so much for watching me before you go to class. I really do appreciate that, and I'm glad that you can find something that can kind of, you know, open up your day. You know, that's very important in the way that you start up your day. And Mary says, we love you. Be who you are. Thank you.